Well, I guess we'll just see at the next stop. And not with your imaginary daughter, but with a real police officer who's going to take you in.
What? But that's so unfair.
What's unfair is committing fraud and stealing from Parisians who do pay for their tickets, ma'am.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Need to attack from the west.
Ask for backup. Get more backup.
Sir, I mean, Mr. Mayor, where are those tanks you promised and the fighter jets?
Read him his rights.
You know what? I'd like to read them myself. Chapter 1. Eat my ass, pigs.
Do any of you know what injustice the supervillain's talking about?
How would I know? She started it. It's not our fault. We're just following orders.
What was she like before she got akumatized?
Terrifying, really stubborn, and a liar. She kept saying she had a daughter who got off the bus with the ticket, but insisted she was coming back. A load of baloney.
Fuck you. Wake up! Okay? Wake up, dumb shit.
Qilin! Roger! It's silly to fight over a few bus tickets.
It's not a matter of tickets, it's a matter of principle.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Take these handcuffs off me!
Absolutely not. My duty is in question. You were on the bus without a ticket. You were breaking the law.
And the law is the law.
Mistaking law for justice. Integrity without intelligence is nothing but blind ignorance.
See, I'm telling you, I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but you know, I'm so creative like that.
Roger! Give me your keys!
Are you out of your mind? She's already unstoppable with handcuffs. If we take them off, she'll destroy everything.
He's right.
Stop being so stubborn! If you don't give them to me, I'll take them by force.
In that case, you too will be breaking the law, Miss Ladybug. Guys, cover me.
Aw, you look so cute sitting there doing absolutely fucking nothing, bitch! Get your ass up! Get your ass up! What has sitting on your ass gotten you thus far?
Does this mean we can cancel the fine and the ID check?
Well, that doesn't change the fact that this lady was on the bus without a ticket. The situation is a bit complex. But I guess that, yes, it would be reasonable to cancel it all.
Whoa. This is worthless.
It's less than worthless, my boy.
The truth is, I was out of line too.
Kiss my ass!
I am so sorry, Mom. This is all my fault, which is why I'd like to pay the fine with my pocket money.
That's quite a responsible act, young lady.
No, I'm still sad. It didn't work.
Jumping right off where we left off, I'm literally just gonna try and speedrun all these reviews in one sitting. Qilin, whatever, Chillin', which is the 20th episode of the 4th season of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. The racism episode, or as I like to call it, the oh no, how are they gonna fuck this up episode. Holy shit, I did not... It's not atrocious, but it's bad. It's borderline terrible. It was the episode that I said I cannot watch as soon as it started, but apparently the reason why I can't watch it wasn't for the reasons I thought. First of all, this was the one that got the most amount of like flack for quality control. Like one episode things are here, the next things aren't. It's like, what the hell is going on? But I thought it was gonna be Marinette's mom getting akumatized because her daughter keeps flaking on her. Whereas no, the most bullshit series of events had to have taken place for her to get arrested and then for her to get akumatized, which, by the way, I do not know what... I'm gonna get so much flack for this. So many people are gonna hate me, but it needs to be said. Asian women, the stereotype for them is that they're docile, complicit, and meek. That is the stereotype. There was a shooting in America. I'm getting very deep, but they're the ones that brought police. This isn't a me problem. There was a shooting in America where a shooter targeted Asian women, and the whole conversation, I remembered like one of the Try Guys, Eugene, made a whole video about it, and they were talking about how Asian women are being they're being almost fetishized for how meek and docile and complacent they are and all that stuff. Now I ask you, when you're making an episode about racism, why would you use the symbol that is mostly targeted towards black people on the ethnicity that is most known for stereotypes being docile and weak? I can't even English properly. This shit just doesn't make any sense. If they wanted to have a Marinette mom episode, they could have that. If they wanted to have a Marinette mom episode where things are racist, they could have that. But do 5 seconds of Google search. Don't just say, oh, police are racist to non-white people. Let's do that with Marinette's mom because her mom is not white. I am biting my tongue because there are things I want to say, but I'm not allowed to say them. And you know, for the fact that I don't want to say them, it has to be really big because I really don't want to get in trouble. But literally, there is a difference when you say POC, people of color. Some people like to include Asians in that. Some people like to think, okay, if your skin tone is below a certain melanin level. So when you use police who it's literally that Peter I was gonna say Peter Griffin, well, Peter Griffin, but it's literally that Family Guy meme of the color card where if you're in a certain color range, you're Gucci. If you're below a certain color range, it's kind of a problem. That is literally this. Whereas people like to argue that the police have a bias towards people of a different skin tone. You don't really, well, I don't really hear about police. Is Adrian in the background over there? Focus. You don't really hear police brutality towards Asians, but you hear them a lot towards black people, and sometimes you even hear them towards Mexican, like the stereotypes. Mexicans is drugs, black people is violence. But again, going back towards that documentary that Eugene made, Asians have always tried to be quote unquote the model immigrant, the model American. They've tried not to rock the boat or anything. But again, I'm using American stereotypes. I don't know, but probably is different in Europe. But Europeans, they're a hodgepodge of white. Well, the UK did kind of like eject all black people. Ugh. There's the thing between the news and things that are real and things that I hear word of mouth. So I'm gonna try and not put the word of mouth things here because a lot of my friends go to UK to do college, and then you hear them say, oh, the government doesn't want us to say us here, they're all racist. And then this is France, which is extremely Islamophobic. So again, I don't know how the Asians fit here, that you'd bring a whole platoon of people just because one Asian woman got akumatized, whereas so many people have been akumatized before. Hell, Alia, her family, her sister have been akumatized, and they're the stereotypes that people are more worried about. They didn't get battalions, the police just stood by, but they made it so that even if Ladybug and Cat Noir so much as took off her handcuffs, they would be enemies of the state. They're trying to figure out, wait, what happened to make her get akumatized? What's going on? And it's like, no, the police always stand back for akumatized villains and let the superpowered superheroes take care of them. But they're bringing all these things, they're causing all these damages for a non-fucking issue, which was even amplified because of stupid reasons. They just took all the racist stereotypes, black, Hispanic, pale, probably even Asian, and just slapped it onto her because I think the conductor guy was trying to say, oh, why are you resisting or something like that? Why are you speaking up? And the thing is, Sabine is the most calm, collected, and like level-headed person I know. So in this situation, she's trying to speak up and defend herself, but I see her more as going with, okay, let's go to the police station. You can't lock me up or do whatever. I can call my husband or can call my daughter. They can come and prove everything. But causing this scene just doesn't feel right for somebody who has been so on top of her game this entire episode. being, apparently she teaches painting. I thought she helped her husband with class. She was able to slow down the bus driver because she knew her daughter would be late. That's why she brought extra like things. And how could she not account for Marinette not being able to get there on time? She could have just stood off the bus and waited for her, or they would have missed the bus together. But I guess she can't account for assholes. She was even able to get this wheelchair guy into his spot. But the thing that pissed me off was when this shit was happening to her, this bastard, this melanin deprived bastard was saying nothing. But everyone else is looking, but they're not doing anything. Even the wheelchair guy that she helped. Like, what the fuck? This is just a bus ticket. I know there are those people who like to take things above and beyond, but this guy looks like he'd be racist towards black people, not Asian people. And again, I really do not like the fact that they took black stereotypes of racism and attached it to an Asian woman. Again, it's Europe, TVC. Maybe they're racist towards everybody. Said no one. I don't know. Yeah, there are some parts of Europe that can be racist, but like Europeans, from what we've gathered over here, where I'm from, is that they're very accepting. Hell, even Canadians are accepting. It's the Americans that are the racist bastard. Well, they're openly racist. And you know what? I prefer that. Openly hate me, don't quietly hate me. But at least the Europeans, they kind of like silently hide that fact. You know what? Moving swiftly forward. He's also a tanned bastard, so I don't know why he's being racist. She's even whiter than you. You prick. I've never wanted to strangle someone through the screen so hard in my life. And they're bringing people to detain her, to hold her, saying she's aggressive and a problem. And I'm gonna rip my hair out. I almost did. Marinette could even put two and two together. That's the frustrating part. But they're bringing helicopters and tanks. The bus driver himself didn't even defend, because it's like, how do you get on the bus without showing the damn thing? Like, what the fuck is a bus ticket inspector? Why do we have to go through all these hoops? Why couldn't it have just been, just off the top of my head, Sabine has a class, she has a student who really wants to take her class, but then her dad is a prick, and he's like, I don't want these type of people teaching you. Hey, if you're gonna do a racism episode, make it blatant, because I'm pretty sure they used the word somewhere in this episode. And you can see the child is visibly upset. They really want to come to the class, but the dad is just not having it. They'd prefer someone more French to do it, or whatever. And Sabine gets upset on behalf of the student who really wants to learn, and this person who's just being like unfair to the child and to her because he's accusing her of not being good enough. Again, off the top of my head, but if you develop that would have been a very good plotline. Hell, you could even bring the whole Asians are stealing our jobs stereotype, where the dad doesn't like her to be the one to teach him. He would prefer somebody who's from where they're from, because she's probably stole the job from somebody that was there. Use the stereotypes to further the message, if that is what you're going for. Don't try and make a message apply to one person that is not even applicable to them, and just try. You guys, I feel I'm racist at this point. Fuck. I feel disgusted with my own self. Because this was just unnecessary. So unnecessary. But this show has a talent. Why is there nothing holding her up? Okay. This show has a why the teeth? This show has a fucking talent of creating the most detestable, the most annoying, the most irritating people. Chloe, Lila, now this bus driver. They in one episode, they made me hate to a burning degree this one person. But Qilin is kind of strong. Oh yeah, umbrella. Adrian has an umbrella. Wait. Did he open it? I don't see him opening it. Where did he open it? I do not see anything. Huh. I see nothing. I think he jumps in. There we go. is the cat Brella. I love it. Indestructible. Just like oh the cockiness. I'm not even talking about the heroes or the episode. It's the messaging that's fucking aggravating to me. I'm pretty sure they made Cat Noir irrelevant this episode. Pretty fucking sure. They did it in Penultimate too. He's a distraction. She's trying to figure out what's happening, saying, hey, I'll take off the handcuffs if you would calm down. Roger is like, no, I will not do that. And then this sniveling bastard is like, yes, yes, yes. It's like, why are you arguing with the superheroes? They're trying to bring down the akumatized villains. Are you gonna, do you really want to lock up Qilin? Do you have the capacity to do that? Because you are wasting manpower and resources for your stupid ass pride. And I get that they tried to put every single stereotype. I'm pretty sure they even threw some Islamophobia onto Sabine, which I... Oh my god, my head's gonna explode. I am so over all of this. I hate this bastard. I hate this sniveling, weaseling cunt. Bottom ass bitch. Having to make his wife wear a strap on just to satisfy him ass bitch. I'm sorry. I'm homophobic now apparently. He just pisses me off. Pisses me off. They had to devise a plan to get the keys to unlock her. Is that a whistle? To unlock her, which made Roger say, hey, y'all are criminals now, and y'all are obstructing justice. You're stopping them from doing their job. I'm pretty sure the mayor has given them higher privileges, but whatever. At this point, I'd be petty enough and say, okay, fine, deal with her. Since you won't listen to me, she will obviously kill you. I can revive you at the end of the day, but you still died. I would make a very petty Ladybug. And Sabine was able to control herself. She wasn't able to get akumatized quickly. Yeah, she fought it, but he tried to say, oh, you get the justice you deserve. Again, just using the justice thing. And he's like, when was that ever Sabine's thing? The most we know is that she's badass in that episode where they went to record Marinette's room and she showed us her kung fu moves. But she's always been this peaceful person, and then just putting justice attached to her, it's like, why couldn't you put like fairness or order or just being a decent person? Like, why was justice her thing, whereas all the other villains, they didn't have a thing that was attached to them? This is almost racist in a sense, where oh, this is all that matters to these type of people. But apparently her getting justice was enough for her to, this is a calm ass woman, but the promise of getting justice made her go, okay, fine, I'll be destructive, because Sabine didn't want to get the power to hurt people, but she's willing to hurt people if it means justice. Hello? Even Qilin is like, justice without whatever is peace, or whatever, a chicken sandwich. I don't remember. But whatever. She was able to break it, which has become a common theme now, like, sorry Chloe, you're not special anymore. Yeah, what the fuck is this frame? What the fuck is this? She freed her, de-evilized, fixed everything. Maybe that's why the cops were going in gun-ho. They're like, we know Ladybug can fix this. Charge the helicopter at her. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. He is such a fucking bitch. And you know that the fucking thing is that it's kind of accurate. They get somebody higher up on the ladder than them because you're just a ticket checker. You went to find a cop or the head police or whatever the fuck you are, you fucking ass bitch, and egged him on to try and do something that he doesn't have the authority to do. At least at that point, I think Sabine could have just walked away from him. But she was just not. And she told him, she was like, hey Roger, you know my daughter, they're in the same class. He didn't even believe she had a daughter. Just, oh, are you even like, because she didn't have any papers on her. And he's like, oh, you don't have any identifying information, come with me. And I'm like, last time I checked, it's not a requirement for me to go out with all my identifying information. You're lucky. I only go around with my credit card, which has my full name on it, which is enough. But yeah, you're lucky even if I do that. Sometimes I just go out with my phone. But on my phone, I have pictures of all identifying information. But it's not a rule that she has to carry everything and prove that she's here legally, which I'm guessing is what he's implying. But again, illegal immigration is more of a thing for Africans and people from South America. So I don't know why they're tossing that onto an Asian. But again, I don't know. It's Europe. Maybe there's also an illegal immigration things from like Asian countries, but because they're lighter skinned, it's not as much as a problem as when us darker skinned people do it. Not that I did it, but will I do it? I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I don't. We'll see. God, why am I an idiot? We'll see if I'll illegally immigrate into a country. Not that any of them are worth immigrating to. They're all going up. They're all going tits up. America. Oh, this episode tested my patience. What is this? What is this? It looks like clay was dropped on her head. And I promise you, Marinette will be the only good-looking model this episode. Yup. She transforms, comes and proves to them that she was lying. They were lying, sorry, she wasn't lying, and that they were like, okay, maybe I jumped the gun. And then she's just being nice to him, and I'm like, I was drunk. Wasn't he just like a foot taller than him? Literally. Hello? Why do they look the same height? Am I going crazy? Okay, maybe he was bending over. No? Bro! Look at this! Oh no, I did not want to see that. It's like he kept shrinking with each frame. So regardless, going back to the plot, Ladybug, Marinette, whatever realizes, I think this episode it taught her to be punctual or be more remembrance, but I don't know how the hero who is practically the guardian, who has all the Miraculouses, is so fucking forgetful. And you can say, oh no, it's her responsibilities are making her forgetful. No, she's always been a forgetful ass bitch. Adrian hasn't, which is why we've all been advocating for him, but they kind of like switch their personalities whenever they mean to. They would take what we know Marinette has, which is a clumsy, forgetful bitch, and they'll put that on Adrian. Or maybe they're trying to say Cat Noir is Marinette, Ladybug is Adrian. So when Marinette turns into Ladybug, she's just on her game. And when Adrian is Adrian, he's on his game. But when she's Marinette, all brain cells go out the window. When it's Cat Noir, all brain cells go out the window. It's annoying, but I can get it. But those flowers look really good. Oh my god. With an episode that was like, look at the two of them side by side. What is this? But this looks gorgeous. She tries to take responsibility, which now we don't have people telling Marinette she's wrong. She just realizes she does something wrong and tries to fix it for herself because the show cannot even handle somebody pointing out her own flaws. She just goes, I will pay the fee. And she doesn't have money, so she's gonna borrow it from her mom. You know what? That is the most on-brand thing this whole episode. Why does she look so good next to her mom? I mean, the hair. What was this episode? What are these claws? What is this hand? I need to stop looking at things. I need to stop. Well, I can't even stop because everywhere I look, I see problems. But basically now it's like, okay, we the people who are being discriminated against need to what's the English word I'm looking for? I know it in my native language, but we need to appease the people in power, the white man, the man that has the job. Because this guy looks fucking Italian to me, because whatever. I guess anyone can be racist to anyone. That would have been a nice message. But you fucked it. They're trying to say, you that's been discriminated against, just go easy on the person that's discriminated against you. And you, the person who's discriminating, maybe you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Fucking hell. He's like, oh, maybe I jumped the gun. Because I swear, again, from memory, I'm not watching this episode again. I think Sabine almost says we can all improve, or there's room for improvement, or something along those lines. But he's like, he'll waiver the fee. And then she pipes up saying, no, I'll pay it. It's like, fuck you. That fee wasn't, well, it is your fault. But he wavered it because he knew he caused the problem out of nothing. But you just had to be the goody two-shoes. Oh, I'll pay for the fee. But I don't got the money. Then what the fucking point of bringing? Even in trying to make Marinette look good, she fucks it up because her mom, she still got her mom to pay the fee at the end of the day because she borrowed it from her mom. Yeah, she'll pay her back, but it's still her mom's money. You could have just fucking shut up and accepted the free gift, but they just had to make her the fucking sunshine to end all sunshine coming out of Thomas Ostrich's ass. God, get me away from this episode, please. They had a nice mother-daughter day. It was cute. It's fine. Sabine's hair still looks like clay stuck onto her head. The angle of her head and the way the hair is put on doesn't even align. Or maybe that's just me. It's not even angled properly. What the fuck is going on here? But it's cute. It's cute. Too bad they had to fuck up the whole Asian thing. Like, I would have loved to follow an Asian woman, see their things, because I love Asian culture. I love everything about it. Their stories hit differently, their culture, their vibe, everything about them is just top tier. I love them. But instead, we got a botched racism episode that just did not work. Whereas if we could just follow her, but the show just couldn't deviate from Marinette enough. But they're like, oh, but we can deviate to create a message. But that message is scoffed. Can we just not follow someone's life? Just not a Marinette life, just Sabine doing her thing and then getting akumatized in the process, painting, just being a wife. Like, the first few minutes of the episode where we see her day was really cute and fun. But what is this? Why? I wish it was what I thought it was. Like I said, I thought it was an episode of Marinette flaking on her mom and then getting her akumatized. I wish that's what it was. But no, someone else had to cause the akumatization, not Marinette, even though this was a perfect Marinette causes the akumatization episode. Like I said in my Psychomedium video, the show kind of took what we said to a whole different degree, where we are saying Marinette causes all the akumatizations, and they kind of like switch it up to a point now Marinette doesn't cause any. I think she caused some in season 4. I'm not sure. Maybe she didn't, but they kind of just heavily shifted it to Chloe, or people akumatizing themselves, just not having an external source, because we're keeping count. But we're not saying it's a bad thing. Well, yeah, it's not a bad thing to me anyway that Marinette is causing akumatizations. We know there are akumatizations that happen outside of the episodes, so these are just the ones that we see that are in vicinity to Marinette, and it could just be easily fixed if you give Adrian some causing akumatization things. That's an easy fix. We don't just have to create this whole convoluted racism thing. You could have literally had an episode where Marinette is flaking on her daughter, and then a racist customer comes in and just makes everything worse. Hell, maybe he could even make a comment at how, oh, Sabine is teaching his daughter, which he doesn't like, she's stealing jobs, and now because of her, Marinette might not have a good future because she's half Asian. Just really lay on the racism. That would have been fantastic, but I guess you can't really teach a moral at the end of that lesson, because how do you stop the dad from being racist instead of beating his ass? Whatever, that's just, again, just an episode off the top of my head. The Miraculous crew can take it if they want, but you better fucking ass pay me. I'm rambling. I need to end this video. These were supposed to be short, but they're nothing but short. I am tired, my lungs are hurting, but I still need to review Penultium, so yeah, still keep your eyes open. I will be uploading that very soon. Thanks so much for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, but with that being said, this is TVC. Signing out.